Hello and welcome to WAT Gaming. My name is Damon, and in this episode we take a look at Blizzard's highly anticipated arena shooter, Overwatch. I was invited to participate in the recent open beta in mid-April. Curiously enough, both Doom and Gearbox's title Battleborn hosted open betas during very similar times. I didn't get a chance to play Doom, but I did have loads of fun on Battleborn, and I plan to upload a separate video review for that game, as well as an Overwatch Battleborn comparison video. So I'm going to talk to you about what I find to be great, good, bad, and even ugly in Overwatch. And we'll start with the great. The gameplay feels extremely solid and nailed down. While the beta content was a little limited in terms of the maps, this is a polished title. I mean, this is ready to go. Everything just feels good, launching high into the air, running up walls, grappling hook to get around. I mean, everything feels good. It's fast-paced and frantic, but most of all, it's important, it feels solid. Nothing feels buggy or loose. You do feel really good connection with your character. The art style is kind of like a mature Team Fortress 2 reskin with the World of Warcraft elements, and I think some people will undoubtedly hate or dislike that style, but I personally find it awesome. I think it's got the right mix between dark, intriguing, awe-inspiring, and a kind of fun and silly graphical style. The maps we had access to were beautiful and intricate, and they each had multiple paths to the objectives, plenty of nooks and alleyways to utilize. The game modes were basic but fun, borrowing heavily from Team Fortress 2, which you may see as a bad or good thing. The objectives are so far identical to Zone Control and Escort the Payload game types from Team Fortress. And that brings me on to the good but not so great things. First off, I really like the loot and microtransaction system. It seems reasonable. Upon opening my first loot box, I was rewarded with some cool voice emotes and skins for my current characters, and I really hope it stays that way, seeming that you get loot easily, because the content that you do earn from those loot boxes then encourages you to play different heroes. I think that's a good system, and I like that. On to the actual heroes more themselves. I like the way they interact and their varied play styles, but I don't love them. Good diversity through the team roster, but Blizzard allows you to switch heroes upon death, which I'll cover more in a minute, but it takes away from the connection you have with your favorite heroes. And it feels more like a game of rock, paper, scissors than switching heroes just to counter theirs and vice versa. I found that I gravitated more towards the area denial type heroes, as they had a lot of control through their ultimates and their passive kind of skills and abilities. I liked that element, that there was great diversity in terms of the type of hero. Some were very easy to understand and play, while others were maybe easy to play. They were hard to master, hard to really understand how to use your abilities to max efficiency. On to the bad. Some may disagree, but I don't really like the on-the-fly hero change feature. In a game with defined classes, I feel that works. Here with 21 classes essentially, it feels kind of chaotic and unorganized. I believe this might be an answer to an issue that MOBA games currently have, that bad comp matchups can cost people games. Simply because you didn't have a healer or a tank, or the other team had the perfect composition and you had all, damage-based characters. And now Overwatch is definitely not a MOBA, but I do believe that it competes with games like Smite, Paragon, or Battleborn, albeit it has a far more FPS-centric approach. And I think that's where my second issue comes in that I find bad. If I had no previous knowledge of Overwatch and someone told me that this was a new Valve game reprising Team Fortress 2 elements with heroes, I wouldn't have thought twice. I wouldn't have thought otherwise. I mean, I love Team Fortress 2 and I still play it, so having that experience fresh in my mind, playing Overwatch felt kind of wrong. Blizzard has effectively reskinned Team Fortress 2, polished it up, and made about 3 to 4 heroes derived from each of the main Team Fortress classes. It's kind of absurd how similar the two games really are, And I guess that brings me down to the ugly. I don't really understand the justification of $40 for the content that we currently get. It's 21 heroes with 12 maps and 3 game modes. And not all game modes can be utilized on all maps, so it does kind of narrow those down into even smaller categories. Let alone $60 for the Origins edition, which you are essentially paying for some skins, a World of Warcraft pet, Hearthstone card back, Tracer, and Heroes of the Storm, which in my opinion is actually the best value from that pack, a Diablo visual accessory for the Crusader, and Blizzard portraits to use in their various games. So unless you're a Blizzard fanboy, and I kind of am, and I still don't play all those titles, you probably won't pick up the Origins edition, so you're going to have to reason $40 for what I consider a pretty bare bones game. My overall verdict? I'd say it's a fun game, the mechanics are solid, the heroes are diverse, and the maps are beautiful. If money's no object, I can safely say you'll have some fun playing Overwatch. If you're on the fence about Overwatch, while keeping your eye on titles like Smite, Paragon, or Battleborn, I would wait until the masses have access to Overwatch and have gauged the general reception, and then probably make a decision. Soon I'll be posting a Battleborn review, and as I said, a comparison between Battleborn and Overwatch. I feel that they are two games in different genres, but they're earning unfair comparisons to each other, and I'd like to hopefully shed some light on that. So if you've learned anything, you liked the video, or just a fan of gaming and tech, make sure to share and like this video, and then subscribe to my channel, What Gaming, for more videos. Thanks for watching, and Damon out.